interested in fostering dogs, but a little bit put off by the fact that it might cost something? Well, then this video is for you, because I've been a foster dog carer for a couple of years now, so I understand what sort of costs are involved, including things that you may not have thought of when initially signing up. So with dogs in the UK, it generally costs, depending on the breed and the age and illness and things like that, between £50 and £400 a month on looking after a dog if you're the one owning it. And this includes all things, so not just food and bowls and things like that, but different equipment, different travel costs, the insurance of the dog, potential grooming costs, putting a bit aside for vet visits, that sort of thing. So dogs, they can be fairly cheap, £50 a month, or they can start costing, really there's no higher end. People spend a lot on their dogs, people love their dogs. So for this foster caring, it can be a bit tricky to be like, is it the same cost as actually owning a dog? Potentially you're like me in a situation where financially it wouldn't make sense at the moment to buy my own dog. So I'm like, okay, maybe fostering could be the solution. Well, the good thing is that fostering actually, the answer to how much does it cost, you may as well ask how long is a piece of string. Depending on the organisation that you foster for, or maybe you're fostering independently or in some sort of network, you could pay anything from the full cost of the dog to absolutely nothing at all. So if you're taking on, let's say, someone's advertised that they can't look after their dog anymore and they want to send it, there's no shelter spaces, they want to send it off to someone, and you're like, okay, I'm willing to take on that dog, I will foster it, but I will look for a new home independently by myself, then that dog is essentially being transferred in its ownership to you. So you are the one who is going to have to pay for all of its costs. However, you might be fostering for an organisation that can cover some of those costs. So your foster organisation might agree, we cover the vet costs and the initial equipment costs, so we'll supply you with the dog harness, a lead, maybe a bowl and a bit of food. But anything after that, it will be up to you to do. So if you want more food, some treats, extra bedding and things around your house, maybe a ramp to get it up into the car, that cost will be on you. However, you could be in a situation like me, where my foster organisation will cover everything. So I don't have to pay any upfront costs, except for the cost of driving the dog to and from the rescue site if it needs things like a vet visit or to meet potential adopters. So I will cover that fuel cost, but I cover nothing else. So food, vet visits, treats, toys, different equipment, like I've had dogs that have needed steps to get up onto the sofa, or dogs that have needed non-slip mats covering across all of the laminate in my house. The rescue organisation has paid for all of those, has a stock in supply for all of its foster carers to pick and choose from. And I can say, oh, I've had this dog for a week and I think it would do better if it slept in a crate, and they will supply a crate for me. And I can say, I've had this dog for a month and we're about to run out of food. Can I come and pick up some more food? And they will supply that for me. Now, oftentimes I will actually pay for things myself. I sometimes don't feel comfortable with making the rescue pay for things like dog poo bags, for example. I won't drive all the way up there to get some free dog poo bags because I can spend a couple of quid myself and make sure that the dog is fine and I'm not taking that resource from the rescue. And I'm quite comfortable doing that. And also I tend to spoil the dogs a little bit. So I will buy a bunch of toys to try out and see which type of toy they like best, because they may like a toy that wasn't supplied by the rescue. And I could probably ask the rescue for some more toys, but I don't want to take away from the dogs that they have there, because they do have a limited supply. They are reliant on donations as a charity. So I will instead go out and buy my personal foster dog's toys, and if they get a particular fondness for one of them, when they get adopted, I will send the dog off with that toy and I will let my rescue know I actually purchased that with my own money, so can you make sure that the dog goes along with that toy because I bought it specifically for the dog to be adopted with. And they're quite accommodating with that. They're happy to send them off like that. But if it's an essential cost and I can't afford it, the rescue will pay. So really, when it comes to fostering, if you're in a situation where you can't afford the finances for looking after a dog, then I'd say just go for it. You can foster, and if you find an organisation that will pay all those costs for you, then you're great, because you just need to worry about the day-to-day looking after of the dog. Let me know in the comments if this video has helped you at all, and if you have any more questions about fostering dogs.